Hi, this is Amir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Wednesday, the 31st of January. And we finish the month, or nearly finish the month, on a decent note. The S&P near record levels, above 4,900. In fact, the nearest support really would be old resistance around 4,790, 4,800. In terms of any immediate downside, probably down towards 4,880, 4,875, which was the resistance on the way up just in the last couple of weeks. In terms of the upside, looking for up to 5060 by the end of next month at the top of that rising trend channel from the end of October. Moving on to the stocks, and quite a motley bunch today. Here we've got situations where quite a few of the stocks have actually hit our targets. But starting off with Bit Origin, and here a stock which actually did hit our target at the top of that rising trend channel there, and that channel in place since May last year around the $5.60 mark, above $5.60, looking for as high as $10 by the end of next month, backed by that strong rebound of a rising 50-day moving average, and also a rebound in the RSI window above neutral 50. So this one looks as though it may have legs, especially while we're on the right side of the $5 mark. Onto another situation which hopefully will come up with the goods. Black Diamond, and here beautiful looking chart within a rising trend channel here from back in August. Top of the channel there heading towards $5.60, and we're looking for that as soon as the end of next month, while we remain above recent resistance around the $3.10 area. Ideally, obviously, we stay on the right side of $3 ahead of that move to $5.60. We've looked at the next stock a couple of times in the recent past, Corbus, and here a very interesting situation. You have a gap higher, then the volatility dies down, and just within inside days over the last couple of sessions. The view now is that while we're above the $20 mark, which is basically yesterday's support zone, we're looking for up to a $40 target there by the end of next month, which is a resistance line projection from the early part of last year. If you're cautious, probably wait for an end of day close back above the $26 area. That should do the trick, as that's been recent, or at least the resistance so far to start this week. An interesting mover coming up next in the form of Esports, and we covered this a few days ago. Obviously not had a joyous time over the last year or two in terms of the price action, but we're looking at bullish divergence in the RSI window, so that uptrend line there from back in December. And we're also looking for the 50-day moving average, shown in blue, as being a potential initial target. That's running around at the moment around the $5.90 area, and therefore above recent support around the $2.50 area, looking for that kind of upside, $5 plus by the end of next month. If you're cautious, you wait for the RSI, currently in the low 40s, to head up towards or through the neutral 50 level. One of the more volatile situations in the recent past, but one that's nevertheless quite exciting, is Jinn Medical, and here you'll see why. Rising trend channel here, recent support around the $170 level. Above that, we're looking for the shares to head up to $330 rather, at the top of that rising trend channel from back in December. A new name coming up next, and it's Kura Oncology, and here unfilled gap to the upside, rising trend channel there from back in July. Top of the channel there heading towards $26, and we're looking at that as soon as the end of next month, while we remain above recent support for the shares on the right side of $18. So above 18 up to 26 on Kura by the end of next month. Another nice chart to behold. Next, Larimar Therapeutics, and here we've got a rising trend channel in place since the spring of last year, quite a wide one, and top of the channel there, $8, and we're looking for that well before the end of February, while we remain above the $5 area, which is, or was, initial January resistance and has now been recent support. Returning to the next stock after a little while, Minim, and here this was obviously jumping around back in December. Current situation is that we're looking for the shares to build on an end of day close above the rising 50-day moving average. That's around $2.50. Above that, you've effectively got a long signal, and looking for recent resistance of $4 to be hit sometime by the end of next month. Neximmune is next, and here we've got a situation where there's been a sharp to U-shaped recovery, unfilled gap to the upside, and in fact we've hit the top of that broadening triangle from back in the early part of last year, back in March. That was around the $20.80 mark, and obviously we yesterday overshot that. Current view is that above recent resistance on the way down at $12, looking for $20 again, but perhaps it'll take a week or two for the stock to regroup after its very volatile run. We're returning to the following stock, which is looking as though it may be worth having a look at, or having a decent investigation of. Here we've got recent resistance around $8, heading towards the top of that rising trend channel from June as high as $14, and looking for that to happen by the end of next month. There's also resistance on the way down there around $9, so maybe if you're close to the market, above 9, you're looking for 14 on Pepgen. A maverick situation coming up next in the form of Polished. Here we've got rebound off a rising 50-day line around the $4 mark. Above that, looking for $10 by the end of next month, although obviously at the moment there's not much to go on apart from the 50-day moving average rebound, and perhaps waiting for the shares to get back above neutral 50 RSI. The last two are next, and the first one of the last two, so to speak, is coming up now. Is Sanmina, and here unfilled gap to the upside. Rising trend channel there since April last year, top of the channel there heading towards $72, and we're looking for that while we remain above $60 to $61. The old resistance there back at the end of July was $61, so just while we're above that $61 area, looking for 72 on Sanmina. Finishing off in a decent way, one hopes, is we're looking at the next stock, which is 270 Bio, and here you can see another ricochet off a rising 50-day line, rising trend channel there in this case since September, around $6.30, and we're looking for that while we're above the $3.50 zone, which was basically yesterday's intraday support for this stock, but backed by the rising 50-day moving average. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.